Test, test.
Test, test. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this JV baseball matchup between St. Christopher's and CVA Homeschool. Now that is Adley. My partner, Brooks Vineyard, will be joining me shortly. Pretty far outside pitch. That brings the count to 2-1. On the mound for the Saints today is Avery P. Two count. Here comes the pitch. Does not quite sneak in there. Full count now. Low pitch. And the
number 12, Gannon.
now at bat Gannon. He is the catcher for CVA. Wild pitch there. And base runner will advance from first to second. Now I'm joined by Brooks Vineyard. My name is Gardner Kaufman, and my fellow classmate Brooks Vineyard has now entered the studio.
Yeah, exactly. Here we go. Runner on second for the Patriots. It's a nice pitch for strike two. On the mound tonight for the Saints. That's Avery P. And P puts out his first batter of the night.
Now batting, number 28, Jackson.
Now at bat for CVA is Jackson.
P looks to second. The pitch.
And the third baseman, Jackson, does have a single there. Runners on first and third for CVA.
Jackson had a perfect read on that breaking pitch. Literally right down the middle.
Number 26, Zach.
Those pitches are definitely risky. Now up to bat for CVA.
The lefty, Zach.
Zach, the maniac.
I like that nickname. He will be playing first base today for CVA.
Oh, get him! No!
Oh! Toss there high from P.
That is a run. I don't know if it counts as an error because it wasn't a hit.
Adley will come home for CVA.
Yeah, don't get him.
It is, but
Well,
it would, but
So maybe?
it will not go down as an error, I believe, but
yeah, I wouldn't call that an error.
but it pretty much was it was an unforced error.
Yeah.
High throw from P. As that one's popped up, see if the Saints can get under it.
Good hustle. He's got it.
There we go.
So after that exchange from P, CVA scores here in the first inning.
Yeah. Way to go over there for James Carney to get under that one.
Yeah, that's good hustle from left field, right? Almost in the kind of the infield area, so to speak. The ball is hit to the right. That's going to drop for a single. Coming around for the second run, and he's in there safe.
Saints almost had it there, but already down 2-0.
Yeah, kind of tough for the Saints. Hit the ball into right field. It's going to make it a lot harder to get it kind of to the left side of the field because you have more area to cover. Now up to bat is Paxton. CVA off to a hot start.
Hopefully Coach Thomas can rally his troops and
Ball's taken out.
get to the bottom of the inning. 1-0 count as the pitch comes from P. That one fouled off.
Well, 2-1 count. P's in a tough spot here.
I agree, Brooks. As he readies for the pitch.
Fastball misses low.
3-1 count. Now he's in an even tougher spot.
Definitely, and with runner on scoring position, P should be worried. Can kind of pick whatever pitch he wants to swing at here. Can definitely take one, you know.
Yeah, P's got to go strike pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. He takes it low.
Paxton will walk to first base, as now James is up to bat for CVA. Runners on first and second for CVA. Because that was a beautiful pitch there for the strike.
And steals third. He's in time, and now runners on second and third.
Pretty tough spot for the Saints.
Yeah, and if you're CVA, you're excited. You got a serious chance to do some damage.
P's got to work this count. Get ahead. As that's pitch will go wide.
Tough breaking ball.
That one does sneak in there for a strike. Nice look on the fastball.
Yeah, and that was a lucky for P. He's had a lot of misses low so far, so able to fit it in the strike zone there. Definitely a good sign. It's going to be fouled to the left.
It was a pretty good pitch, though, like the breaking ball.
Yeah, he just needs to be careful with it. You know, we saw earlier kind of had it in the wrong spot, and CVA definitely took advantage.
That one sneaks in there, and
Strikeout looking.
he'll be out. Ladies and gentlemen, that will conclude the top of the first inning. We will be back at the bottom of the first Saints will be up to bat.
Number 6, Henry Rotter.
Now batting is Henry Rotter.
What a thing to put on your resume. JV baseball and a member of student council as a freshman. And Glee Club. Swing and a miss there from him.
Kind of reminds me of some guys we had in the past. Got to come through here, these student athletes.
Gotta love it.
You know, batting leadoff, so you have a chance to show some serious skills for next year and beyond.
Well, he's kind of dug himself a hole here. Counts 0-2. He's got to work back into this one. Swings at that. Foul off. Count remains 0-2.
Decent contact. I think if he took it, that would have gone for ball one. But, you know, better to be safe than sorry.
Comes a pitch.
Nice take.
Wow.
Outside. And that's inside.
Very unique batting stance from Henry Rotter here, if you care to check it out.
I mean, it looks fairly normal to me, but that's misses high. Looked like a breaking pitch that didn't quite move the way he wanted it to.
And wow, what a way to take a walk there, going from 0-2, working the count. He'll advance to first.
Disciplined batter.
Graham Winters.
Graham Winters at the plate. He's at second today. Second base, that is. He fouls that back. You know, with the old press box, a lot of those balls went up hitting the box itself.
It was very dangerous back in those days.
Very dangerous, like the Wild West out there, man. Anyways, 0-1 count. A little early on that. Oh, the tag. He got him.
Wow. That looked pretty close to me, Brooks.
Definitely look close, but I mean, not many. Saints aren't really arguing it, so it's probably not.
Let's see if
But
Graham Winters can bring some heat there, like his flame-tipped bat.
yeah, that's a cool bat. I'll tell you what.
1-2 count. Here comes a pitch.
Oh, it's a nice hit into left field. Good contact, too. Now Aiden Curtin, the catcher.
The catcher, number 12, Aiden Curtis.
On the mound today for CVA is Trace.
What can you do about it?
Aiden Curtin fouls that one off.
Yeah, I think Trace has done a particularly good job at finding the strike zone early in these at bats. But like we saw with Henry Rodder able to work his way back.
That one
misses high.
Pitch comes. That one will be high again too. Count moves to 2-1.
Nice take. That was close. I think some of those high fastballs are really kind of tough to judge. You know, strike zone being defined as your elbows to basically your knees.
Honestly, it depends on the ump most of the time.
Yeah, definitely.
Count 3-1. Winters has worked his way back in, starting down 0-1. And that'll be another ball. That one was high again.
He's missing high a lot. I think some of these he wants to kind of break into the zone, but I obviously don't know, but
not quite dropping in for him.
Yeah.
Here's Connor Lacey up to bat. Third baseman today. Saints only have one out so far and runners on first and second. They really are going to want to capitalize here, especially after giving up 2 runs at the top of the first.
Yeah, Lacey's one of their best hitters.
That one was way inside. And take a ball there. Swing and a miss there for Connor Lacey.
Big swing.
He's going for it all. I'd love to see a JV home run sometime. I think that would really pump this crowd up.
I wonder if anyone in the chat knows, a little St. Chris trivia, who was the last player to hit a home run in JV baseball.
Or if that's ever occurred, as that fouls straight towards my car. Just barely avoided it. I was pretty lucky there.
I mean, it's got to have happened at some point.
Oh, a home run?
Yeah.
For sure. Might have to check the St. Chris record books on that one later.
Yeah. Gardner was a fool to park there.
Yeah, it was.
Takes that pitch for ball 2.
One, 2 count. Lacey needs to work his way back into this one. As he reaches for that.
Popped up, and that's going to – second baseman's going to get there. So he'll retire Lacey.
Now up, James Carney.
Number 10, James Carney.
James Carney.
Saints still have runners on first and second, although 2 outs now.
James Carney playing shortstop today. Expect a lot of speed from this guy.
As he's nearly hit on that pitch, that'll get on his ball.
Yeah, way to stay calm and not, kind of overly jump out of the way. So that ball's going to be back in the road. Little under that, Carney was.
Comes the pitch.
That's going to miss outside.
Goes 2-1. You know, Brooks, what I've been thinking about a lot lately? I think it'd be pretty cool fundraising type thing if the school were to offer some kind of insurance for these baseballs that are hitting cars. You know? My friend Gilbert Cooper got his windshield absolutely smashed a couple weeks ago. And I think it would be really cool if there was some kind of insurance that you could get for that.
I think what's difficult is that you run the risk if you park in that baseball lot. I mean, I'm a Maple Lot man at heart, so not many baseballs getting hit in there.
Yeah, it
That
would
go
sure
pretty far.
take a lot.
But
maybe Barry Bonds could do that back in his prime, but I don't
maybe
know about
with
anyone
the
else.
aluminum bat, I mean, and steroids.
Just maybe.
I digress. As he pulls that to the left, that's going to land in someone's yard.
Full count here.
Saints have been able to force these long at-bats, and bases are going to be loaded for Chris Chuk.
I mean, as we were talking about earlier, man, what an opportunity here. Maybe.
Number 5, Chris Chuck.
Not sure if he's ever hit a homer in his career, but this sure would be a perfect time for that. Be a grand slam.
Yes, that would be awesome.
Comes the pitch. Pops that one up.
And Chuk pops it up.
And that one will be corralled by the pitcher. That will conclude the bottom of the first. We'll be back at the top of the second. And ladies and gentlemen, we are back after one. CVA Homeschool is up 2-0 against your JV Saints.
So here's Lucas at the plate, 8th in the order. Saints had a good opportunity there in the first inning, able to draw a lot of walks, very disciplined at the plate, but not quite able to get it done with the bases loaded.
Wow, swing and a miss. He was going for it all there.
Yeah, he was trying to hit that aforementioned JV dinger. That swung on, missed. That's popped up to center.
Popped up. Saints really want to get under this one.
Excuse me, not to center, in fact, to the third base.
And they will. That's James Carney there. So that's first out of the inning. Now at bat for CVA. Hunter Apologies, we do not have any last names. You were just given first name, so it's Hunt up at bat.
Hunter rocking the Juan Soto number, expecting a lot here.
Is that breaking pitch will go down as a ball?
Yeah, that's a tough take. Not able to get the ball, but
yeah, rocking the Juan Soto and the bright pink arm
and he's a lefty.
Arm sleeve. Reminds me of the RG3 arm sleeve that he would rock back in the day. That was pretty sweet.
Has the hustle to first. He's out, but very close there. Good hustle. Good hustle for the pitcher, P.
Now at bat, 24, Adley, top of the lineup.
Yeah, top of the order. 2 outs. Kind of tough to do some serious damage, especially with empty bases, but
great position for the Saints as Coach Thomas continues his chess game. That one will go foul. Counts 0-1. P looks a lot more comfortable out there. What do you think, Brooks, on the mound?
I definitely agree. I think he just had some tough. He just had some tough pitches in the first inning. I don't think there's not anything like fundamentally bad with his game. I think just wasn't feeling it. And oh, nice little play there. That was lined to first baseman. I believe that's Matthew Horn.
Rocketed right at him. Good way to catch that. Good
reflexes.
That concludes the top of the second. CVA up 2-0.
We'll be back.
Now at bat for your St. Christopher Saints, Landon Allen.
So the Saints had a good shot at putting up some runs back in the first inning, but not able to quite deliver on that.
Let's see if the center fielder can hit some dingers here. Count does start off 0-1. Brooks, what do you think the Saints' keys to success are? As that one drops in the center field.
Go two!
And wow, kid makes it to second base. That's Landon Allen. Remember the name.
Remember the name. And
Now batting for the Saints.
to answer the question you asked me earlier, kind of what's the Saints' path to winning this game, it's really just being able to adapt to who this pitcher is. I mean, just seeing what he throws at you. I mean, you don't watch a lot of film in JV baseball, but
yeah, just learning his pitches, learning where he likes to put the ball.
Yeah, and we know he kind of likes to put ball high, just like that, right on cue. And I think the Saints have really kind of picked up on that, and really just being able to get the bat on the baseball and put it into play.
As now we have a pitcher v pitcher matchup. As Avery P, the Saints pitcher, is on the is at bat. Count goes 1-1.
JV baseball does not get a designated hitter.
Interesting.
Varsity does.
Count goes 1-2. P has to work his way back into this one.
That misses out. Good take.
Pickoff attempt will be no good. Landon Allen safe.
Yeah, great reflexes from Landon Allen. And we'll jump right back on that.
Telling you, remember the name. That one will go low. Brings us to full count.
That was in the dirt.
Breaking pitch there from Avery. No good.
First baseman, number 23.
Or no.
Matthew Holmes.
Now here's Matthew Horn, first baseman, made that incredible defensive play earlier to end the inning.
Swings at that one, but that'll go foul.
Big swing, a little on top of it. You see how Saints are anticipating these higher pitches. Matthew Horn, definitely a taller guy on the team. Bigger strike zone. It's a nice take.
Good
High
take
in.
there. Same pitch as before, but decided not to swing at it.
Well, it's a 1-1 count. So he takes for strike two.
That one's in the dirt.
Throw to second offline.
Count moves to 2-2. Comes a pitch from Trace. That one will just barely sneak in there, and that'll be K.
Man, that's tough. That was a really close pitch.
Number 6, Henry.
That's the
Rodder.
second out this inning.
So Henry Rodder now at the plate.
Leadoff batter.
Drew a walk earlier on. Able to work his way back from that 0-2 count.
That one's pretty far inside, and that'll go down as a ball.
Pretty high up, too.
Low pitch there, and Landon Allen will advance from second to third.
Thought about going home. Mr. Thomas said otherwise.
Shut that one down. Beautiful coaching there from Coach Thomas.
$3.6 million or whatever it was. Or 2 point per hour.
Henry Rodder, that one's going to drop right center field. That'll bring Landon Allen home.
So
That's
Rodder's
Henry
to the
Rodder.
second.
Wow, to second. He'll be safe.
Now batting, number 2, Grim Winter.
right, Graham Winters. Another great hitter for St. Christopher's.
Second base, playing second base today.
Yeah, but he also gets reps on the mound. Seen him out there too.
Swings at that one.
Early.
Looks like his bat slipped a little bit maybe. And that will be a pretty easy out for CVA. That will conclude the bottom of the second. Your score, CVA 2, St. Christopher's 1.
CBA?
We'll be back at the top of the third.
Now batting, number 12, Gannon.
So
Jackson and Zach.
CVA's got another shot at it now.
Number 12, Gannon, is up to bat. As repping a bright yellow bat, bumblebee themed.
I like it. I see the vision.
Swings at that one. Counts 0-1.
Nice pitch. A little off balance. From the batter, that is. And that's going to be in the gap. So Gannon gets on base.
Now batting, number 28, Jackson.
Now at bat is Jackson. Fastball from Avery P gets in there.
Nice pitch. Right on the edge of the strike zone. And he popped that foul.
Fouled out into the middle of St. Christopher's Road. Luckily, there were no cars driving.
I'll tell you what, driving down St. Christopher's Road during a baseball game is a gambit. Definitely running the gambit. Probably take a detour, in all honesty.
That one is pretty far out of the zone. Pops that one up. That'll just go foul.
great bat placement. I mean, better timing. It's going to do some damage.
And let's see what the ump says.
He went.
And he did break the plane. So that'll be a K.
Now batting, number 26, Zach.
Zach the Maniac back at the plate.
I'm liking the nickname. I dig it. I dig it. Pickoff attempt there. No good for St. Christopher's.
At the beginning, it was looking like CVA was going to dominate this one, but the Saints have really settled in.
Yeah, Avery P. had a pretty good second inning on the mound. He's doing a fine job here.
Yeah, no one in St. Chris's bullpen. Looks like they're pretty confident with P moving forward.
Hasn't thrown a ton of pitches yet, but he probably will need a relief in a couple of innings.
Possibly.
Counts 1-0. That's strike there. And we got a pretty good crowd out here for JV baseball. Almost bringing a bigger crowd than most varsity games.
I'm not sure about that. Ball is fouled back.
Avery's working the count here.
Well, I think there's more spectators here. I mean, the kind of the way this entire area of the field has been adjusted over the fall and winter. You know, with the new press box and replacing the bleachers, adding more seats. Overall, a great upgrade. Is
popped into right center field.
He's
And
got
wow,
it.
what a play. Landon Allen.
Is he going to get him? Oh. Matthew Horn's so close to making the double play. The 8-3 double play. I was a believer, but
Now batting, number 18,
good effort.
Trace.
Great throw from Landon Allen. Couldn't have been thrown much better. I mean, telling you, the kid's special. Now at bat is CVA pitcher, number 18, Trace.
Trace has had a solid day on the mound.
Only let up one run so far. 3 hits.
Quite a few walks, though, so just kind of watch out for that, I guess.
Counts 1-0. Pickoff attempt, but
Not there.
the connection was not there. I like the effort, though. Here comes pitch. That'll be pretty far outside. Count moves 2-0. Again, low pitch.
This is in the same spot, 3-0 count, and
Base runner advances first to second.
I believe that's Jackson on second.
Wow, that one sneaks in there. Trace really thought he'd get his
he
walk.
did. It looked like a ball to me, but
You like those calls?
I mean, I think it was definitely close.
So make contact there, dropped a short stop, and Matthew Horn will secure the third out.
I believe that was second base, Graham Winters on the The routine ground ball. Kind of muffled it there for a second, be able to complete the play as we head to the bottom of the third.
Now at bat for the Saints, Aiden Curtin. Trace staring him down on the mound. Pitch comes, and that will be in the dirt. 1-0. Trace has struggled with his accuracy. As again, ball's in the same spot. Goes 2-0. Now instead of throwing him high, he's throwing him low and away. Aiden Curtin has the advantage in this count. That one's just down the middle and in the dirt. Trace looks pretty rattled out there on the mound.
Definitely been in the game for a while. A lot of long at-bats.
Able to sneak that breaking ball in there. Count goes 3-1. That one's high. And Aiden Curtin goes first. Next up will be number 11, Connor Lacey.
So we're going to get a pinch runner. Pinch runner coming in for Aiden Curtin.
Looks like maybe CVA will discuss a pitching change here. Not really sure. Coach is talking it over with Trace.
That's Lee Driscoll on first base for the Saints. Freshman.
Brooks, how do you think the Saints can work their way back into this one? I know earlier you said, they just got to get the bat on the ball, but what are you seeing?
Oh, I'm seeing a team that has a lot of fight to them. I see a team that has had a lot of good opportunities, and at some point they're going to be able to capitalize on them.
I agree. Trace is staying on the mound.
I just wanted to give him a little pep talk. Can't really see into CVA Homeschool's.
That one just barely goes foul. Almost dropped.
A little late on the swing. That's one of the key precisions about baseball is that 1 degree off is the difference between a hit and an out.
Oh, trust me, I've played a lot of MLB The Show in my life.
Yeah,
and I know it's all about timing.
And a great lesson. I mean, even perfects sometimes end up being caught. So, there's a lot of lesson to be learned there about baseball can be tough sometimes.
Well said, Brooks. Quite inspirational. And now James Carney will be up to bat as that one dropped for Connor Lacey. He was able to advance first. Saints have runners on first and second. No outs. in a great spot here.
I think the message is a lot of those really good-looking hits can end up turning into disasters, but a lot of those kind of bad-looking hits can sometimes be great.
You know, sometimes a little late timing's all you need.
Right, and over the span of the season, those are obviously going to balance out to where, obviously, the more consistent guys making better contact are going to get more hits. But
That one is popped up straight to the pitcher. He'll easily corral that one. That will be the first out of the third for the Saints. Still have runners on first and second. Got Chris Chuck
maybe if
up here.
even if he didn't catch that, wouldn't the infield fly rule be in play?
Great question, bro.
I think it would.
So here we go. Chris Chuck repping the flamey bat. See if he can bring some heat. That one sneaks in there.
It's a
First
tough-
strike.
That's a good pitch.
Looks like all Trace needed was a little pep talk from coach. He's getting back into this one. Eyeing down base runner on second as Chris Chuck swinging a miss.
Big swing.
Big swing, but that's okay.
Now batting for the Saints, number 4, Landon Allen.
So here's Landon Allen, the kid.
The kid's up to bat. Had a hit earlier. Let's see if he can do it again.
Hitting a great defensive play in the last inning.
Checks that one. And nothing there for CVA, just a ball. Good way to check his swing. Pitch comes, makes contact, fouled back right towards your head.
That's what we were talking about. It was just a little low. I mean, if you were a little higher, I think it's going to get you on base. Possibly bring in Driscoll on second.
Counts 0-2, got to work its way back into this one. Pitch comes, pops that up.
Shortstop's under it. Completes the play. Another tough inning for the Saints. Now able to capitalize on the runners left on base.
They are getting runners on base, which is a good sign.
Yeah, you think that they kind of break through here soon.
Yeah, this game's totally comebackable.
It's only one run. We'll be back with you top of the fourth.
Here we go. Paxton at bat for CVA Homeschool. Left fielder.
And he'll get hit by a pitch.
Not a great look there from Avery. Avery P.
Up to bat, number 14, James.
James at bat. Right fielder.
Yeah, just to kind of go on a tangent. I mean, a lot of the times, you know, when you hit a guy with a pitch, you think like he's after you, but really it can be this very simple kind of miscalculation with how you're throwing it or being
Bunt
off
attempt
balance.
there. That one doesn't drop.
Good try, Aiden.
Aiden was not able to get under that. Aiden Curtin. Back to what you were saying.
Well, I mean, I think a lot of the time when guys get hit by pitches, they're a little salty at the pitcher, but in reality, they're not like it's not like they're after the batter unless there's like some kind of.
I mean, no one really wants to hit the batter, you know, unless there's some kind of beef going on there.
Yeah, but usually there isn't.
In any case, seeing the mound rushed in a JV game sure would be a sight.
That would be something. I like to. I mean, yeah, that would be interesting.
Pick off attempt from P. Doesn't get him safe. P to Matthew Horn. That one is popped up.
It's out.
And will fall on the sidewalk. Out of harm's way.
Out of harm's way.
So even it could be dangerous just taking your dog on a walk during one of these games. Gotta have the AirPods out of your ears and can't be looking at your phone. It's a danger zone, man. So that one will go low, and that'll be a ball.
At some point there has to have been a JV baseball home run.
I agree. Could have seen maybe Mac Bargatze or Sven Komorowski hitting one of those back in the day. They were both members of their senior class.
Yep. Bargatze, Christchurch, and Sven on our varsity baseball squad.
Yeah, first baseman. Having a good season with them. And that one will drop for James. He's not going to make it second, though. However, base runner does make it to third, so they got runners on the corners. Now big man number 4, Lucas, up at bat. Saints really want to put an end to this. I mean, got runners on the corners, no outs. Got to strike this guy out. Pickoff attempt, no good. Avery really wanted that one. Bro.
See what P's got next in store.
Breaking ball is high. Didn't quite get that one in there.
Yeah, saying a breaking ball is high doesn't sound quite right, but a lot of the time it could just be, you know, miscalculation with how you're throwing it. Kind of not getting the right spin on it. Something as simple as that can kind of mess up your whole pitch. So that's popped up. That's going to drop. Little blue pit.
Right in the gap.
Oh.
And they'll bring one home.
Keep driving a run.
Here we go.
CVA does this kind of fun little basketball thing on the side. I mean,
Love to get a pan the camera on that one.
yeah, if we could do that next time, that'd be great. I mean, I mean, we're playing baseball, so
Here's number
a little
22.
counterintuitive, but
Pretty cool celebration, though.
I like it.
I really liked it. Number 22, Hunter. Yeah, that arm sleeve really reminds me of the RG3 arm sleeve during his rookie season.
back in the day, man.
Yeah. Roll Commanders.
I mean, they were not the Commanders then.
Just saying, they had a great season. They had a great run.
Lays down a bunt. The throw to first on time.
And
Got him.
Got him.
Runner almost thinks about going home.
Now at bat, Adley.
I mean, you can lay down another bunt here and get that runner home. You have the out to work with, but with a runner also on second, I mean, oh, well, that's going to bring. But that's just going to.
Ouch. Number 14, James hit there with that throw. Fortunately, this is not dodgeball, so that one will not count.
Or like wiffle ball. You know, a lot of the time people play that with wiffle ball.
Kickball, too. But
Kickball.
it doesn't quite work that way in
Yeah. Well,
the glorious
it
old
has a lot
sport
to do with
baseball.
how hard the ball is. And that's going to bring in another run for. Oh, no, it won't. Who's not going to go?
Decision not to go. That might have been the right decision, honestly.
He
That would have been a close one.
I mean, he hesitated a little, so, I mean, once you hesitate, you kind of have to play conservatively and go back.
And plus, only on one out.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you still have outs to work with.
Appreciate the insight, Brooks.
CVA's played really well this inning. P's in another tough spot. Had a lot of balls in the dirt.
That one's tipped foul. Count goes 2-1. Yeah, maybe Mr. Coach Thomas, maybe thinking about substitution on the mound at this point. What do you think, Brooks? Give us your baseball insight.
I mean, they don't have anyone in the bullpen, so I mean, they don't really have to either. I mean, they can bring in whoever the heck they want, but I think if you have another wild pitch, that was kind of wild. I mean, that wasn't that bad, but
I mean, silky smooth catch there.
Yeah,
from Aiden Curtin.
Good read from
Made
Curtin.
it look pretty easy.
He's missing down and away a lot.
That pitch comes. That's straight down the middle, baby. Brings it full count.
He's back.
He's back.
He is back. Watch out. Oh, okay. The tag, he got him.
Got him there.
Well done. From Avery P.
Was all part of a plan from the start.
I mean, that's one way to do it, though, I guess. Good hustle. Way to make that was looking like a really bad situation for them, but.
Real hustle play from Aiden Curtin, able to corral that ball. Just slide it up to P.
Way to stay locked in. Didn't get too frustrated at himself. Just made the play.
Now batting number 12, Gannon.
Now the catcher, Gannon, at bat. And that one's a little outside. That'll go as a ball, and that throws pretty low from Aiden Curtin.
Yeah, it looked a little off balance.
Didn't quite have enough mustard on that one. Counts 1-0.
B steps off the mound.
Was maybe looking for a pickoff, but his teammates didn't quite do what he expected, it looked like.
I know in MLB they have the rule where you can only do 2 pickoff attempts per batter.
But I wonder what would happen if he just decided to pick off every play, stall the game out. That would probably not be very good sportsmanship, and
I think they draw the line somewhere.
Coach Thomas would not appreciate that. They might do something similar to when Washington played the Eagles in the playoffs, and they were encroaching too many times, so the refs just put an end to it. Instead, if they did it one more time, be a touchdown for the Eagles.
Different sport.
But similar circumstance, similar situation.
Yeah, I know that's a rule in MLB. I don't think that's a rule in high school, though. I think it's pretty new. MLB only introduced about 2 years ago with the pitch clock and all that fun stuff, which is not in high school.
I think a lot of people would really appreciate a pitch clock in high school. That make the games a little faster.
I don't know if that's a good
Yeah,
idea.
and I think the batter called time there right before the pitch was thrown, so return to second base steal does not count.
I'm not sure if a pitch clock in high school is a great idea, especially with all the injuries we're seeing in Major League Baseball. Kind of these pitcher injuries, you don't want
to overwork the arm.
Certainly. And you don't have as much rest either, so I think that's a big factor. You need to kind of account for that with how you're pitching, but I digress. That's fouled back. Strikes him out.
Way to get the K there.
Hey, finish the inning, man. Finish the inning strong. That's what we like to see.
That's what I like to see over here at St. Christopher's. CVA is up 4-1 against St. Christopher's JV baseball.
I wouldn't be surprised if in the next inning we saw a new pitcher. Looks like got new arm of the bullpen. That's Lee Driscoll, I think.
Yeah, might take a.
Looks like a 1 to me. We'll get back to you on that. All right, so opening the batting for the Saints this inning is Avery P. Of course, pitching for them throughout these 4 innings.
Rep at number 7, taking after Cristiano Ronaldo, legendary soccer player.
Nobody got that reference from her.
Are we just naming legendary athletes each number that comes up? I like that.
Guys, the next one's 23. LeBron or MJ? Draymond Green?
Probably Drake.
I mean, often when I see the number 23, I associate it with Draymond Green instead of LeBron James or Michael Jordan.
We're getting a little ahead of ourselves.
Just comes to mind first. Counts now 1-1. I believe we do have a new pitcher on the mound.
Yeah, that is.
Deuces. Hunter, number 22.
So here's Hunter.
He was previously
Grounds to
playing
third.
center field. No. Now he's been moved on the mound.
First baseman, number 23, Matthew Horn.
So Matthew Horn, number 23. Of course, Jordan, LeBron.
Draymond Green, take your pick.
Take your pick. Let's not make this into a Jordan versus LeBron debate. Let's just agree that Matthew Horn wore it better.
Well spoken, well spoken.
Now batting, no tie singer, Henry Rodder. Should I do that?
Count goes 1-0.
Number 6.
Matthew Horn doing his thing. And
Well,
that one goes straight down the middle.
Good contact.
Let's see if it
That's
drops.
back. Oh, that drop. You get that? Are you kidding me? Oh,
Are
man.
you kidding me, ladies and gentlemen? Wow. Wow, ladies and gentlemen. What a catch there from the center fielder. Man, that looked like something on a Sports Center top 10. Might have to submit that one.
That was a good play.
Heck of a catch,
way
man.
to track the ball too. I mean, the guy went far. But I mean, again, like we were talking about, I mean, he hit that ball only 15 more feet and
That's gone.
It's gone.
Here's Henry Rodder. That goes ball.
Of course, easier said than done. So, how far is Jake? Do you know how far Jacobs Field is? Like the dimensions.
I'm not completely sure, but we can consult Coach Whitlow later. I know the dimensions of the soccer field, but it's a bit different from the baseball field. That pitch goes strike. Counts 1-2. Also, just notice it's a lefty pitcher. Do you think that makes things a little complicated for St.
Definitely makes it different. Lefty-lefty matchup here.
Matchup of the Southpaws.
Definitely an interesting distinction as well. Some guys that bat lefty don't field lefty.
That's how I would be.
Oh, nice little blue hit for Henry Rodder.
Personally, I am right-handed, but I play
golf left.
I play golf, and back in my T-ball days, I would play left-handed. Guys,
no wonder you're so bad.
Number 2.
Sorry.
We're working on our golf game, trying to get that handicap down.
Don't think of it as work.
As Henry Rodder is out there. G Wint at bat here, Graham Winters. And for his famous nickname. Now he's got the flaming bat. I'm loving it.
I don't think that's depicting flames. I think it's just orange.
Real way to kill the fun. Real way to kill the fun. Oh, It looks like Flames to me.
Saints need to take advantage at some point here with runners in scoring position. Oh, I don't know about that.
Very interesting call there from the umpire. You can hear the moans of the crowd there. They're not happy with that one.
So righty-lefty definitely changes things a little bit.
That one almost drops in there, but couldn't quite get it to drop.
And
As St. Christopher's will advance from second to third base.
And the Patriots catcher really had no kind of hustle to that. Not hustle, but no kind of haste. So to speak.
Pretty nonchalant.
He didn't notice the didn't notice Rodder moving to third. So now it's even more important that Graham Winters makes something of this at bat. Now at third base, any hit will certainly get you a run. 2 runs versus 3 runs is substantial.
Counts out 2-2. Pitch comes, and that's low. Henry's on his way, and there we go. Henry Rodder comes home.
So the Saints dig into
There's
the
the margin. Score will now be 4-2, not 5-2 as scoreboard reads.
Is the AC on? Because Aiden Curtin is up to bat.
Saints have no runners on the bases.
Yeah, so now Graham Winters, not quite as important as it was previously, but, keep breaking.
That one was straight down the middle. Looked kind of confused there. And that will be the 3rd out this inning.
Yeah, almost looked like he fouled that off to me, but I might. Obviously not. We'll be back with you for the beginning of the 5th inning.
And ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Jackson up at bat for CVA Homeschool.
Pitcher change for the Saints. That's Lee Driscoll. First pitch taken, ball 1. In the dirt, not a great start.
Pitch comes, swing and a miss. That'll go Steve. Counts 1-1. Here we go. Pitch from P. Swing and a miss again. Count moves 1-2.
It's not P, buddy.
Apologies, ladies and gentlemen. That is Lee Driscoll on the mound. Thank you for correcting me, Brooks. That one's a little bit high. Count goes 2-2. As Jackson works his way back into it. Breaking ball, no good. So that falls.
What do you mean no
to left
good?
field. Well,
Oh, no. I thought you said, excuse me. Sorry. Apologies. I misunderstood you.
yeah, apologies, ladies and gentlemen.
Apologies.
My partner was a little bit befuddled by my statement, but we worked it all out. It's all good.
Not too late now.
So, here's Zach.
The maniac.
Zach the Maniac.
Pickoff attempt does not quite work. So we got another lefty bat here. Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize if there's any commotion going on that you can hear in the background. Some members of this broadcast do not take it as seriously as other people.
Why'd you say that?
Whoa, that is not a...
That person's name is Gardner Call.
And that's...
Now batting, number 18, Trace.
Now at bat.
So here's Trace, the former pitcher.
How do you think he did on the mound, Brooks? What's your analysis of that?
Well, I mean, only let up one run, so well enough.
Kid's a demon.
Remember the name.
That one will be pretty far outside the zone for Driscoll. Count goes 1-0. Pickoff attempt there, fired from Driscoll. But no good. Here comes a pitch. Breaking ball not struck just barely over second baseman.
Winter's almost there with the grab. It was almost going to look like something, you know, the other day when Ellie De La Cruz just took that from the sky, went full on Superman. Not sure if you guys saw that clip. Ellie De La Cruz, shortstop on the Cincinnati Reds. Made an incredible leading play.
What a play from him. Saw that one on Instagram. It's a great catch. Graham Winters almost made the same play. So here goes a pitch from Driscoll. That one's pretty high outside. Count goes 1-0. This is number 30 at bat, Cole.
And he lays down the
attempt, and he
bunt.
gets it.
Good hustle. That's in time,
There
though.
we go, Graham! She went!
Good play there from Aiden Curtin. Picked that one up, fired over first base. Pretty easy out. It's now the second out here for CVA. We got runners on second and third. Lee Driscoll could be the deciding factor here. Here comes a pitch. That one doesn't quite make it in zone.
Definitely a frustrating game for the Saints. They've had a lot of different opportunities to capitalize, but just really to no avail. What do you think has been the leading factor?
I mean, I'd say they have had a lot of really good opportunities. I mean, they've been putting guys on base. It's really just been the big situations that they haven't been able to pull through. And you got two guys on base. Really want to make something happen there. 2-3 guys on base, and Saints just haven't really been able to do that today. They haven't capitalized their opportunities.
Totally agree with you. A lot of kind of pitches in the dirt, wild pitches that are leading to these extra bases for.
Oh yeah, on the opposite end, they did have a few wild pitches that give some free bases.
Yeah, they're really just kind of beating themselves up on the defensive side.
So that's D2 from Lee Driscoll.
Nice pitch, kind of curling in.
Count goes 2-2.
Let's go, Drisk!
Oh,
Swing and
nice.
a miss there. Lee Driscoll gets the K.
That was a nice little breaking pitch.
Keeps it a two-score game.
Little backdoor action. I like it.
That was pretty nice, and we'll be back at the top of the fifth. Here we go. Aiden Curtin.
Bottom of the
bat.
fifth. Saints are beginning to run out of opportunities. Only, if I've done my math right, 9 outs left in the game for the Saints.
It's pretty good math there, Brooks.
Thank you.
So that one falls right in. Goes 0-1. Aiden Curtin at bat. The catcher. He's made some plays today. Let's see if he can make
That
one
was strike
here.
one. It could be incorrect, but you know.
That goes ball. Counts 1-1. There we go. Hat falls off of Deuces on the mound. Puts back on. That one might fall in there, and it does. There we go. Aiden Curtin. It's going to be a double. Maybe more? No.
No, it's a double. But that's absolutely textbook for Aiden Curtin. I mean, driven right out into center field.
Number 11,
Amazing contact.
Connor Lacey.
Here we go. Connor Lacey.
Connor Lacey.
You know, if anyone's going to do it, he may hit a home run. It's going to be him or probably Matthew Horn. I've seen a lot of power out of the both of them, and if they get a pitch they like, you know, those are the two guys you really want taking them.
Definitely.
Here comes a pitch, and that one's pretty far outside. Good job to pass up on that one. Pitch comes, that one's tipped, you know. Just didn't quite line that one up.
It's a game of inches. More like centimeters, honestly. I know we're switching from the metric system, but
I'm liking that metaphor, switching it from applies to football and
yeah, we
baseball.
call football a game of inches, but I'd say baseball more so is a game of centimeters, very precise.
Maybe even millimeters. That one's ripped, but unfortunately the left fielder corrals it pretty easily.
Number 10, James Carney. Yeah, wasn't that good, guys?
Now at bat, number 10, James Carney.
James Carney.
Don't even give me a start. Chris, B-Mock, Chuck. I'm kidding, guys.
Now, keep in mind, there's a runner on second here, so in scoring position.
That one's way outside there.
Just need to get a hit the right way. This lefty-righty matchup.
Is that? I believe it hit his bat and then his foot, maybe.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but the opposite-handed hitter kind of has an advantage in these matchups.
Sounds about right to me. Because
Generally speaking.
Generally, yes, I agree. I do agree with you on that call, Brooks Vineyard.
That's grounded to third. That's going to get in the gap, though.
Nice little single there
Now batting
for the
the
kid,
Saints.
James Carney.
Number 5, Chris Chuck.
Now at bat, PA favorite, Chris Chuck. And that one might drop. It does.
Chris.
There we go.
Saints are starting to rally in the fifth inning.
Should I call him Landon the Kid Allen?
Here comes Landon Allen. Great day for him.
Now batting for the Saints. Number 4, Landon Allen.
And Coach will talk it over for CVA. We'll be back after the short break. We are back. The kid, Landon Allen, up to bat. He's having a heck of a day out here. Making plays on both ends of the field, you could say. Had a really great throw earlier. Had a hit or two, I do believe. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Here comes Landon Allen, little free bird guitar solo.
Nothing more hype than that.
Yeah, it's like the most American thing ever. Let's go.
Yeah. This is what I always say, nothing more American than just going to a baseball game, getting a hot dog, and listening to Freebird. Am I right? Can do that all at St. Christopher's without the hot dog.
Without the hot dog.
But you got baseball and Freebird, so close enough. As that one does sneak in there for a strike.
So new pitcher on for CVA.
We're 42. Zane.
So Zane's a righty this time around. And he swings and misses.
Ooh. Catcher almost connected that one with
This is in a really tough spot here at the plate. Mr. Landon Allen is.
Just one out for St. Christopher's.
Yeah.
Margin is just one run.
Just be careful of the double play ball.
You got it. That one's going to go ball. Count goes 1-2. Landon Allen. He's done a really good job of often his he started out in a hole at 0-2, but he's worked his way back into it every single time. So kid's a beast.
Oh, nice contact. He's there. And second, I thought the
Now batting for the Saints.
Great
Run on
contact
second
there for the kid. But
Lee Driscoll.
so Lee Driscoll.
number one, Lee Driscoll at bat. The pitcher. Repping a blue helmet today. Takes a swing at that one. Not sure that was the greatest take, but
You tried to check it, but definitely.
who am I to say anything? Not sure I would do much better out there.
What are you talking? Like, he checked the swing. Makes decent contact with that, right? Probably where your car is.
Not sure which car that hit. Looked like a black truck, so that one might have been mine. It's not looking good, ladies and gentlemen.
I wish your car best of luck, Gardner.
Yeah, I do not think it was my car, but yeah,
No, you look fine. It's fine.
we're safe, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, your windshield's facing towards the road.
And that one's way outside. Pretty poor pitch. Count goes 1-2.
Jeez.
That one's in the dirt. Here we go, 2-2. My man Lee Driscoll working his way back into it.
My man.
That one goes foul. Unfortunate, wasn't able to make great contact with there, and Matthew Horn will hawk that foul ball down and hand it to the ump. Here we go, 2-2 count. Pitch comes.
Oh,
Wow.
Swung on low.
That was a pretty beautiful pitch, if you do ask me. Just broke right inside.
He thought he was going to go lower, but good control on that. Way to kind of trick the batter.
Yeah.
Saints do some damage. 1 run. Only a 1-run deficit. It's getting close here at Jacobs Field.
We'll be back at the top of the 6th.
Yes, you do, bro. Everybody should try.
So up to bat is Zane, the new pitcher.
That's what people learn by getting crash out.
Straight
Swung
down
on.
the middle.
That's belted to left. In time is the Saints.
Good play from the left fielder there.
Henry Rodder.
Made the play while his hat was falling off. Made it look pretty
I
easy.
think that hat can be a distraction sometimes. I mean, it's just kind of proper etiquette.
No really sun out today,
Yeah.
but
But it was earlier. That
might look a little odd as a baseball player without a hat, as that one almost hits the batter.
I never understood players that wear sunglasses. That seems impossible. That would make it hard, like especially at the plate. Like that would make it so much harder to see the ball. Like unless the sun is quite literally in your face, like that.
Got to
It's
do
a
it for the
challenge.
drip though. Some people do it for the look, you know. Rep your Pit Vipers or Oakleys.
For what it's worth, I mean they're probably better than I am.
I don't know, Brooks. You seemed like you were a Little League menace back in the day.
I wish.
Counts 1-1, 1 out. Here comes a pitch from Driscoll. That one's pretty far outside. That'll go ball.
Again,
Didn't have his fastball on target there.
by and large, Driscoll's breaking balls have looked good so far.
What pitch do you think he's going to throw here, Brooks?
I think something. I mean, he really likes that kind of like backdoor breaking ball.
And
Looks like that's what he was trying
that's
to do.
exactly what he did. Wow. Kid has a couple pitches in his arsenal.
What was that guy's name? Matty B?
Something funny?
No one fouls off. Counts 3-2.
Special guest appearance by Dave Ramsey today. Dave, please.
Here comes the pitch. That one looked like he was going to strike, so good
Grounded
take
to
there.
second. He's got
And
that.
there we
Nice.
go.
Nice.
There's
Well
the
done.
second out of the inning. Now we go at bat. Number 24, Adley.
Now batting, number 24, Adley.
Here we go.
Again with the breaking pitch. Trying to get in there. This must be so hard to determine, kind of like, is this something I should swing at, or is this just going to land outside the zone? And these are the split-second decisions that these baseball players have to make.
Yeah, it's really impressive. But it is much harder than playing a game like MLB The Show. Seems so easy when you're playing the game, but in reality, it takes a heck of an athlete to make those kind of plays.
Definitely, especially, kind of those Major League Baseball athletes throwing, 100. Like, that's fast.
That's popped up into right field.
That's
And I don't think that was, that goes foul. Matthew Horn couldn't get onto that one, but it ends up being all right. And once again, all the hats fall off. Looks like the kids need to tighten them a little bit or something.
I mean, not necessary. I think it's just, they're running fast and they're looking up, so it's just kind of going to blow off their head.
So here we go. Here comes a pitch. And that one takes a awfully weird bounce. But luckily there were no runners on base as Mr. Marigo's retrieved that one. College counseling phenom and great JV baseball coach. Counts 3-1. That one's driven center field.
That's going to be a hit.
That'll fall. Graham Winters couldn't quite leap up to that one. He was a couple feet short, but made a good effort.
A lot of bloopers. Maybe outfield needs to come in a little bit.
Now batting, number 12, Gannon.
Now it's Gannon at bat for CVA, Homeschool. Driscoll with the pickoff, and that is no good.
Nah.
Gotta keep the base runners on their toes with those kind of looks, even if they're not successful. Still, the guy's not going to take as big of a lead next time. And he's stealing. Let's see, and
Time.
cannot get that one in there. Perfectly timed that one. Right before Driscoll went into his throwing motion. There wasn't really much St. Christopher could do. Aiden Curtin, that would have been a heck of a throw. Saints do really want to get this one out. It's that one.
Swung on,
Good
grounded to
looking pitch.
second. The throw on time.
And there we go. That will conclude the top of the sixth.
Saints hold on.
Just holding on. They still got 2 more innings they got to hold out.
They got to work out this one run in Subway.
Yep. We'll be
We'll be
back.
back.
Bottom of the sixth.
Welcome back. Saints need to rally from this one-run deficit they're facing 4-3, the overall score.
Yep, the big fella at bat, Matthew Horn, can make it happen. Let's see. Pitch comes. That's pretty far outside. That'll go ball. What were you saying? I'll let you continue, Brooks.
I was just saying, like, kind of thinking about these clutch performances, kind of number 23. Think of guys like LeBron and Jordan. Those are kind of the
I would agree.
kind of the sentiments associated with that number. That's something we need to see here from Horn. Wow, that's tough. That is tough.
Yeah, that was a pretty beautiful pitch.
I mean, he kind of dodged that too. So it's like he's like, this is totally
Can't
ball.
even take a swing at that.
That's just tough. That's
a perfect pitch right there.
Pitcher's on fire.
And this kid's having a great game, 42. Since he got subbed in. His name's Zane. Got ice in his veins, like the Ice Ninja from Ninjago, Zane namesake.
I get that. Good job.
And Matthew Horn will be out of there. Sounds pretty quick. But brings Henry Rodder up.
Henry Rodder's done a great job at getting on base.
Number 6, Henry Rodder.
I don't know if you guys could hear that one, but Thomas Ferguson doing his best to hype up Henry Rodder.
Let's go, Henry. I love you.
Pitch comes and made contact there. Let's see if he can get there. And his legs can't carry him quite fast enough. So that'll be 2 quick outs.
Number 2, Graham Winters.
Now we got Graham Winters up at bat. There has been 2 pretty quick outs. Saints really need to go on a roll here. Don't necessarily want to save it all for the 7th, as JV baseball they play 7 innings.
Oh man, that's another rock solid.
That's a
pitch,
pretty.
dude.
It's a pretty nice pitch.
Activity in the bullpen for the Saints. Let's see how that ends up.
Some guys tossing the ball around.
Oh,
Graham, we don't swing at those, Graham. Okay.
He knows it. He knows it, Brooks.
well now
He
he's
knows
got
it.
Now he's got it.
He knows it. It's all right.
Now he's got it. He knows what's coming. Watch this.
I'm watching. That one's in the dirt. Count goes 1-2. Gotta work his way back into this one. Need 2 outs. This is where you need that ice in your veins.
Totally.
Could see that first JV home run, you know. That one's not going to go
And,
for a strike. And here we go. Graham Winters. Winter is his last name.
Winter. That's what I mean. I was about to comment on that because he has ice in his veins. You think winter, cold?
Really, really stealing my thunder.
I don't know. Yeah.
So it's okay.
Okay. The ground's out to third. The throw in time.
Very good.
Accurate enough.
Here we go. It doesn't quite get there, but made an attempt on it.
It did. Wait. Sorry. Never mind. Excuse me.
We'll be back at the top of the 7th. And here we go. We are back.
Jackson.
Number 28, Jackson, is up for CVA.
Can I say that?
And here we go. Saints need a big play here. Got to get a couple.
So there was
Need some Ks.
There's activity in the bullpen for the Saints, but Driscoll going to stay in for now. 7th inning, so might just want to close it out with him. May not like what they saw back there.
I do like the way the kid's playing. I mean,
He's done a
it
decent
just
job.
all depends if J. Tom trusts him to close this one out.
Coach Thomas.
Really? What did you say?
She makes fun of the way you talk. She said, I don't know, she said you sound like you're from the country. All of her friends say that too.
That I'm from the country?
You say no like a certain way. Or something. Yeah,
Is that something
Here comes a pitch, and that's a big swing and a miss. Was going for power there, but
about that later tonight?
didn't focus much around his contact.
I say no, since it's something I'm from the Coon.
And here's a, I believe it's a 1-2 count, or I know at least there are 2 strikes here. Not sure the scoreboard is quite right.
It's 2 strikes.
when we lose, start playing King Ball on it.
So that's strike 2. So there were not 2 strikes previously.
We were being told false information from our informants. Apologies. Batter has a staggered stance. It's interesting. Not quite sure.
Each
what
their
that's
own. Oh, nice play from Connor.
Wow.
Lacey.
for. Kid just snagged that out of the air.
He said, my ball now.
Yeah. And that's the kind of play that'll fire your team up. I mean, what a first out, Brooks.
Now batting.
Said, it's my ball.
Talk about momentum.
There we go.
The Maniac.
Here we go.
So here's Zach.
Zach attack up at bat.
Zach attack. Zach the Maniac, whatever you want to call him.
Ooh, that one sneaks in there. Wow.
Not his pitch. It's not his pitch. He's waiting for his pitch. Well, he pops that up. And that's the shortstop under there. 2 outs.
So far going exactly to plan for St. Christopher's,
Number
and
18, Trace.
the
The Brace.
Trace, who was the first man on the mound, is up at bat.
And a solid day for Central Virginia Homeschool pitching today. Excuse me.
So that one's
That's my train of thought.
lasered and unfortunately squeezes right through the shortstop and second baseman. So now number 30, Cole, comes up to bat.
So here's Zane.
I believe that is Cole at bat.
Cole, excuse me.
Pickoff attempt and be called safe. And yes, that is number 30, Cole at bat.
Definitely a situation where you would look to steal. 2 outs remaining. Want to try to do some damage. You need to be efficient.
Lee Driscoll eyeing him down. Again goes that pickoff. And see, now in the MLB, he wouldn't be able to do that again.
Correct. In MLB.
But JV baseball, you can do it as many times as you want.
Well, I'm not 100%. I mean, I don't think that's a rule in JV baseball. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not
We
positive.
may have to consult our rules analysis
Oh.
on that one.
Your analyst.
Analyst.
Right. So,
Might have to go to New York for that one.
Driscoll attempts to pick off.
Get him, Aiden.
Well, Driscoll attempts 3 pickoffs, but still the base is stolen, and that answers our question.
Count is 1-0.
Tell him how it is.
Now count moves to 2-0.
Runner on second, like we were talking about. Watch out.
Yeah, watch out.
Well, no, I mean that in a sense that scoring position, you really don't want another run
Yeah.
here if you're the Saints.
That one goes for Steve from Driscoll.
Saints haven't had a single inning with 2 runs. It's just been 1-1-1.
Hoping for another one.
Hoping for another 1. Hoping for another 2. But Steele's third. The tag. Oh.
And wow, ump calls him safe.
That was close.
That was really close. I mean, personally, I think he might have gotten him there, but ump disagrees. It is what it is.
So
Nothing you can do about
so does
that
this
one.
change your strategy if you're the Patriots?
Absolutely. If you're the Patriots, absolutely.
Oh man.
And
Oh, boy.
Runners on the corners.
Now batting. Number 14, James.
I mean, if you want to look on the bright side, it does give the Saints another opportunity. It gives them another runner to get a potential out here. So it does make getting an out easier.
I
but
think you actually have a good point. I think they were ahead of the count. If you throw it in the zone, you risk.
I mean, realistically, with the situation the Patriots are in, you maybe don't necessarily want that runner on first base. But not sure they were thinking about that.
Good pitch. Fell right off the table.
Yeah, Dris.
Rubbing his cleats in the dirt. Getting the positioning you want, but counts 0-1. Drisk looking to move it to 0-2. So here comes the pitch.
There we
And
go.
there we go. That'll move it 0-2. Fouled off. And Brooks, this is a huge pitch here. Maybe the biggest of the game. What's your opinion on that?
I mean 0-2. I'm thinking breaking ball.
Thinking breaking ball. And doesn't sneak in there.
Whoa, he gets they stole second just now.
Not quite sure what's the Saints weren't really paying attention, but that was really interesting play there. Really kind of risky, but
So a strikeout here is very, very good. You don't really want to put it in play and risk something. Oh, Lacey.
Connor Lacey cannot corral that one. No boy. Moves the score to 5-3. Saints need to stop this and stop fast. Runners on the corners.
42, Zane.
Got Zane, the man with ice in his veins.
So
Kid's been playing really good on the mound.
now you need 2 runs if you're the Saints, which if your team can really get in the groove, it's totally possible.
Pickoff attempt. Pump faked one way, went the other. Pretty smooth moves, but didn't really get anyone biting on that. Perhaps for the pitch. Again, pump fakes.
I like that.
Pump faking to third, throwing to 1.
Let's go, Lee.
Like it. It's a good look.
I mean, yeah,
But
interesting move.
as there
Does
does
swing, and that's gonna drop for a hit. So
yeah, that'll be a single as things
that might be the dagger.
keep getting worse for St. Christopher's. I mean, never give up hope, Brooks.
3-run inning,
But 3-run inning, very possible.
very, very possible for sure. It's gonna be a lot harder though than 2.
Yes, but not insurmountable. Just really want to put this away, as there are a couple people in the bullpen, but it'd be kind of a weird spot to change pitchers.
Yeah. I mean, that's popped up.
That one's popped up, so
Landon Allen under that
yeah,
makes the play.
the kid corrals it.
So we'll go to the bottom of the ninth. Or seventh, excuse me, not bottom of the ninth.
I mean, essentially it is the bottom of the ninth. It's the last
Same.
quarter of play, same meaning, but
Bottom of the seventh. We'll be back with you.
there's some inner Sandman there to fire up the team.
Now batting, the catcher,
Hokey special.
number 12, Aiden
Inner Sandman by Metallica. We got Aiden Curtin up here, the catcher.
The Saints are going to have to rally to take this one home.
So here we go.
Doesn't
Pitch
zip.
comes. Aiden Curtin, not letting the curtain close on that one, and fouls that one off. Here comes the pitch. That one's in the dirt. That'll go ball. Here comes the pitch.
Oh, that's a good pitch. Strike two.
Already a 1-2 count. This is not looking great for St. Chris. Here we go. That one's going to go ball.
Just be careful. Don't want to go down looking.
I do agree. You always want to go down swinging. As that's exactly what happens there, but the Saints will have another chance.
Connor Lacey.
Saints need 3 runs and only have 2 outs. What do you think the Saints' game plan is here?
I mean,
What do you think their odds?
if I'm the Saints, I'm just looking. I'm looking to get guys on base and have some of my youngsters making big plays out there. Personally, if I'm Coach Thomas, you know, gotta get streaky and get streaky now. You gotta stay on 1 out for a while.
They need to figure things out fast.
Any kind of out, strikeout, or fly out would be devastating here for their chances of survival in this game. But Count is 2-0, so Connor Lacey's doing a good job working the count.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of these balls have been in the dirt.
Pitcher's going to have to – and now
Oh,
breaking
that's-
ball, and that's probably going to go fly out, and it does.
Tough contact. Again, that ball was a little higher.
Saints, number 10,
That's a base hit.
James Carney.
James
Here we go,
Carney.
James Carney.
So now only 1 out.
You know, unless the Saints were to do something, to have something very magical happen, it's not looking great. But game is not over till it's over. As that one's gonna end up in the
Take.
dirt. Good take from James Carney. Comes the pitch. That one's going to go in the dirt, too.
No, he just doesn't pick up everything.
That one's going to be called Steve. It's a good pitch. What do you think Carney can expect here, Brooks?
I mean, I think breaking pitches have been very hot this game for both sides of the ball. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw another one of those. Or look like a fastball, more kind of sorta.
Count goes 2-2. And yeah, this is a situation where you got to go out swinging, no matter what.
Yeah, you should. Like, unless like if this pitch is close, I would definitely swing.
And that's going to go ball. Moves it to full count.
Of course, the batter has a much better sight on the ball than we do up here. It's difficult to tell.
I don't know if you noticed, Carney has a very, very nonchalant batting stance. It's
mean,
really interesting
sure.
how everyone's batting stance is different.
Oh wow!
Wow.
Good take.
Unbelievable take by James Carney there. The same pitch was just called a strike
Number 5,
just 2 pitches ago, but
So Chris Chuck up to bat.
Saints are on 2 outs. Need a huge play here. That was going to be called ball. And
Oh man,
that was a close one for St. Christopher's.
very close. Why are you? I mean, like you don't need to steal.
No, I mean,
You really don't.
Chuck will pass on that one, and now Carney takes second. Yeah, if I'm Carney, I'm not going to look to steal unless the ball's in the dirt. They've had an issue with that today. I mean, both sides have.
Yeah, just kind of loss of control. I think as you get deeper in the game.
Yeah, maybe unexpected pitches for these catchers. Yeah, especially as pitchers' arms get fatigued.
Totally. And you don't want to pitch too many guys either. I mean, you want to save a lot of energy for your next game. Kind of similar to like, kind of using an analogy from like in school. Like on the SAT, you may want to, save your energy for the second part so that you can then super score and get a better overall performance.
That is personally my key to success on the SAT. As a SAT scholar, personally. Counts 2-0, so Chuck's doing a good job. If you can move it to a batter's count, that would be huge for St. Chris.
I would call this a batter's count. 2-0. Yeah, that favors the batter.
It's 2-1 now.
It's kind of a neutral count at this point.
Good call.
Just swing at the ball. I'm not trying to get too technical. Whoa. Okay. Okay.
That one looked
That one
wide of the plate, but maybe it just snuck in there. It was a breaking ball, curve ball to the inside.
I'm gonna let the officials
Do their job.
Make the calls.
They're getting paid. Not me. And that one was certainly outside as it moves to a full count. What kind of situation? What do you think this is? What's going through your mind if you're Chris Chuck right now?
I mean, I'm looking to put the ball on something, unless it's like really outside. And you don't want to go down looking. Yeah, that's.
So there we go. That'll slip in there.
It's grounded to second, and that's the game.
And
Saints fail their rally
That's the game.
and
Patriots wins.
go down 6-3. I'm Brooks Vineyard here with Carter Kaufman. Any final thoughts about this one?
No, I mean, it was a good game. St. Chris showed fight, but ultimately they weren't able to finish the game quite as strongly as they probably would have hoped.
Yeah, we'll see you next time. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Again, Gardner Kaufman and Brooks Vineyard, Class 25.
Signing off.